Hello, welcome to the recap for the, what's the date today? The 9th of the 6th, 2018. It's actually the 10th, but it's the weekend and I didn't do a recording yesterday, so this will be for the 9th. But there hasn't been any movement in the last 24 hours because the market's closed, so we'll pretend this is the 9th of the 6th. Okay, so I thought I'd just try and get a bit more structure to the way I do these recaps. If we start with the 4 hour, so always starting with the biggest time frame to give us the overview of what we're looking at, then the 1 hour chart to see what trades we're in or what we might be looking for. So this is the EUR USD 4 hour. So I've already drawn in these little up and down lines, which I'm actually quite enjoying. I haven't really done it in the past, but since doing these tutorial videos, I'm enjoying having them on there. So I've been drawing them in each day. So the price came up and got us into a buy trade. This whole section was in a buy recently. Then this red line was moving up with it. And then if the price came down and touched the red line, we would start looking for sells on the 1 hour. So on Friday, it did come down and touch the red line. So we're now going to be looking for sell signals on the 1 hour. And if the price comes up 10 pips above the previous high, which is this one here, then we'll start looking for buy signals again. But at the moment, we've touched the red, so we're currently in sell zone. Now on the 1 hour. So the previous recap, I might just take it to there. That's kind of where we left off last time. Actually, it was about something like that. So we got into a trade down here. Then the price zigzagged up, and then I went to sleep that night and wanted to exit the position so I could sleep well without having to wake up thinking, should I move my stop loss? So the reason I did that was because I was going to sleep on the first down candle. And that just means that there's a chance that in the next hour or two, we might be needing to move our stop loss up. And if we were needing to move the stop loss up just while I'd gone to sleep, then I'd be thinking about that. I'd be waking up during the night. So I thought just exit the position, lock in the profit, and then continue the trade the next morning. And then the trade zigzagged down that night, and I jumped back into the position somewhere around there, around this sort of candle, I think it was, around there. Then the price came up and then came back down, down, up, and then a big red candle which closed that position out for about a negative 15 pips. So, which was really just this one trade combined. This big green part and this red one were really part of one trade. So we would have locked in about, 56 pips. But instead we locked in a little bit more just because I went to sleep and closed the position out earlier. So, but yeah, so it ended up being more like an 85 pip profit or something like that. Then after that, the price came down. This dotted red line is telling us the position where we would start looking for sell trades on the 4 hour. So that's just the same price that we've got on the 4 hour, which is that red line. So this dotted line comes down and hits our red line, which means we're now looking for sell trades. Then the price has moved back up and down, and that's where we are. So, oh, pardon me. So, how do we get into a trade? Well, the price has come down and back up, so the price would need to break this low before we get into a trade. So 10 pips below that would be our entry for a sell. Or if the price, no, that's it. That's all that can happen. The price would have to break that for us to start looking for a sell. Doesn't matter what happens up here. Actually, sorry, no, there is one more thing. If the price comes up above this point, so if the price came up here, then did that, so it made a higher high, that would mean this green line could be moved up to here, and then if the price came down and broke that, that would give us an entry. But the price would have to come up to this zone here before we start looking for that. So if the price just comes down, we jump in at this zone, around there, 10 pips below here. Or if the price comes back up and makes a higher high, then we can would be looking for a sell at a high price. But if that happened, we might also come up and trigger this red line, the green line up here, which means we'd start looking for a buy signal. So we'll just see how it goes. There's a couple of things that could happen, but we'll just see what the market does. But basically, if the market's, because we're now looking for sells, we're hoping the market will just push down and then get us into a trade. And that's it. Market recap.